What's up? My name's Lilo and you're tuned in to Somewhat Intelligent.
Told me to get him, dog. Try to take me for all that I'm worth, but I ain't gonna let him, dog. No, I ain't.
Today I'm gonna be going over the meaning and some of the lyrics to my new song, Quiet Town. It's been a long time coming, I believe. Lilo on a drill track. It's been asked many times, when am I gonna take the plunge? I mean, coming from that New York background, I feel like it was only a matter of time, really, till I graced the drill scene with a little bit of my presence. I think that was something the whole genre's kind of been waiting for, and waiting on high alert as to when Lilo will decide to immerse himself in the drill scene. Drill music kind of centers around a lifestyle that I don't lead. I wanted to bring myself to it as well. I didn't want to just try and make a drill track. I wanted to make my kind of music, and it took a while to find a beat that I thought I could do that with. Something that was cinematic, was a bit atypical, not the standard like CJ type beat with the Middle Eastern samples and stuff. That's not my scene. I wanted to do something that had a bit more of a soundscape to it. And as soon as I heard this beat, I thought, you know what? I think it's time. First hour or so of me writing the track, I was just kind of looking at it like that, like an experiment of, can I make something that sounds good over a beat this hard? And if so, when will I recognize that I have? And so I wrote like the whole first verse, and I'm just kind of reading it back, reciting it, looping the beat back, playing it again, and reciting this over and over again. And the entire time I was doing it, I was like, I just don't know if there's anything here. I don't know if this is going to pan out and become anything, but why not try recording it anyway and just see if anything comes about? Because a lot of my songs are kind of like that. Like, I will be so deep into writing the lyrics of everything that I won't be able to identify even if it's sonically good. By the time that I'm recording it and actually engineering it and stuff, putting the first touches of a mix onto it, I kind of have to do that and then take a step back, go do something else, go work on another song, something like that, and then come back to it, play it again, and decide at that point if I like what I had done initially, or if it's a lost cause and I should just move on to something else. And this was a song that was exactly kind of that formula. I had written it. I wasn't sure I liked what I wrote for the first verse, and then I recorded it, and I played it back initially. I was like, okay, maybe there's something here. Threw a little mix on it and took a step away. And then I came back and played it, and I was like, this is something. I really like this. To me, it felt like a bit of a callback to some of the early music that really helped me establish a career for myself, like Doing Too Well, Through the Mist. And I wanted to put myself back in like those late nights walking down New York City streets, and that's kind of where the song came from. So yeah, Quiet Town is that in a nutshell. The idea of that a city can be like a small town when it's just you walking the streets. So the song starts off with a verse. They told me to get 'em, dog, then try to take me for all that I'm worth, but I ain't gonna let 'em, dog. Those first two lines are kind of, in summary, what I see of the music industry. Is like when you start popping off a little bit, when you start getting over 1,000 views or something, everybody around you is hyping you up. Oh, you're gonna do this. People are reaching out to you. New people that you didn't know, industry people are reaching out to you. Oh, you got something here. You're gonna do it. Go, go, go. And then quickly that changes once you begin to actually establish yourself. That notion of go get them changes, and the people reaching out aren't necessarily to congratulate you, but they're, hey, let's sign this deal. Those opportunities come with a price and something that you're giving up in exchange for whatever they're giving you. Oh, no. I ain't no rush, but I feel that pressure, dog. The whole game changed while I was in pain. When I was my lowest, ain't no one came. It's been a long, rough last 2 years. Trying to get comfortable out here in a new city that I'm less familiar with, obviously, than the last one, New York, where I came from. And then losing a family member, losing my father, having to realize that that's possible to lose a father. and dealing with all that in the middle of a global pandemic that nobody's ever experienced before, and trying to maintain your sanity, and as I can work on music and formulate all of these things that are going on inside my head, turn them into songs. And that's a really hard thing to do. I wasn't making music for a while. When I finally kind of wrapped my head around my life and got a handle on things, was okay, now I'm re-immersing myself and trying to see where the industry is, what kind of artists, what kind of sounds are buzzing right now. It felt like the whole game changed while I was away dealing with life. But if that's how shit go, then I won't complain. I'm back on my vengeance, dog. And I'll take what's meant for y'all. It's building off from the previous lines, too, of experiencing all of that and then realizing that at a crossroads you have a choice. Do you want to keep going? Do you want to give up because things look differently than they used to be? And that's never been the kind of individual that I am. And so obviously I'll take the challenge on. I'll take it head on and I'll win. And I got a record to prove it. And I got a penchant to ball. I got a few people to ring. A book full of plays to call. I have a record to prove it. I think so. I made a career in an industry I didn't know anyone could make a career in out of nothing. Out of just working years on it. 12 years, probably 8 years with nothing, no attention, no views, just grinding with some insane idea in the back of my mind that if you just keep going, something will work. And if you do it with good intention, something's going to happen. And then part of me was just, I love doing it. So I'm going to keep doing it because I love to. At any instance where I reach a point where I fantasize about the past in some capacity, I have to remind myself that things were never better at any point. They might have been different, but I'm still that guy that made that out of a terrible time in my life, an unfortunate, financially unfortunate time when I didn't have anything to look forward to. I made that from it. And if I'm ever feeling like that again, I can make that again. And do it bigger and do it better. Yeah, I got a few people to ring. I want to put everybody that I love on. A lot of people talk about that. I want to put everyone I've held close from the jump. I want everybody to come up together. I want to see success for all my friends. But it also kind of works the second way. I have a girlfriend of a long time that I need to put a ring on. And that was just kind of a line for me. And I was just driving in silence, talking to God in my head. Lord, forgive me for all that I do. All the finessing that's about to ensue. I think a big part of being an independent artist is figuring out how to game the system. That's the first thing that I did when I had a chance. And in some capacity, that's what I've done every step of the way and will continue to do. Especially when dealing with building an audience on social media platforms. So many of these platforms are so established that trying to do things the standard, typical way aren't going to work for most people 90% of the time. No matter how much time you put into it, it's going to take longer than it's worth. And so my mentality has always been, okay, here's how people use these things, these platforms and stuff. How can I finesse it? How can I get in there and do things a little differently in order to growth hack and get to a higher level faster? I told her, shorty, I need me some space. Upgrade the bottle, go bring me the ace. If I go ghosting, I'm driving the Wraith. I'm not going to pack up and head out anytime soon. I'm not going ghost on the rap game. I'm not going ghost on this. This is who I am. And the only time I'd ever go ghost would be if I'm driving a ghost or a Wraith. I ain't gonna leave this for nothing. My thumb on the button, I press it, we headed for space. How much it take? Show me the door and I'll leave with the cake. If a door closes, I've got another opportunity that's in the works somewhere else. I've never wanted to rely on one outlet, one avenue for success. I've always kept multiple things in the works so that if something doesn't pan out at any point, something else will, or I'll figure something else out. I think that's good advice to anybody that's trying to find their footing in music or anything creative, is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Definitely investigate every potential opportunity, but have multiple things going on. Have all kinds of things going on so that you are in control at the end of the day. Show me the money. I'm Jerry Maguire, and each win I get, I'll be raising the stakes. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, and that's one of the most famous movie quotes of all time. Big run, pace. So get a good look at my face, 'cause I got some miles left in me, and I love the thrill of the chase. That is the first verse of my new song, Quiet Town. If you haven't heard it yet, go to your favorite streaming platform, check it out. I'm proud of this song. This is one of my favorite ones that I've made. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a chance to check it out. New music every 2 weeks. I'm Lilo, and this has been Somewhat Intelligent.